My name is Satyandra Kumar. So today my topic is promoting mental health. So very important topic it is because you see this problem is not is by any individual. This problem is everyone face. Like that, not it is a issue related to individual. It is a global issue. So in this session, we are going to tell you first what is the importance of mental health. So before it, first we try to understand what is the mental health. So what is the health? So mental health is like what is your reaction, what is your output, what is your behavior, and many occasions you see some person always lose their temperament, get angry very quickly. So all are come under the mental health. So today I am going to tell you what is important. Important is the why it is important. When you are good, then you give your 100%. But when you are not well, then you never give your 100%. Whether it is a teacher, children, family member, parents, all face such type of the problem. So we move for our next slide. Brief view I am going to tell you about the what is the mental health, and in this section what I told you about this session. In this session, we introduce about the introduction of the mental illness. So, what is the mental illness? I am going to tell you. How many types of mental illness also discuss. Then you are for that. What is the mental illness? And you are suffer, you are not suffer. Next is the what is the symptom. We go through the symptom by the slides, and then we understand this type of the symptom you feel. Your surrounding and inside of you. So it is important. And what is the causes? What is the reason behind it? People get the tense. People feel anxiety. So what is the negative effect on human life? So your mentality, your mental. If you suffer from the mental illness, then negativity around us. So, what is the negative effect of human life also? Mental health is very important. If you know about how we control the mental health, then you save many lives. Like that, you see the lot of students get annoyed through their percentage, not the up-to-date marks they get in their examination. So they take a serious activity like that. Some thinking why we not getting 100%, so we do suicide and other things. So it is a very effective. So negative effect on the human life also there. So we move for our next prevention, mental health and wellness. First we know about the what is the mental health and what is the problem. Then we also know about the what is the prevention of mental health. So if we know about the solution, then we itself find solution, and if necessary we move to doctor to take a consult, and also the friend are also help to you to solve your problem. You see, lot of problem you sometimes face, who going to solve it? Yes, you itself solve this, and your friend also solve your problem, because it may be they suffer from such type of the problem before those you are going to tell that time, and so it is important. So prevention is a very important. You know the proverb is a very famous: prevention is the better than cure. So next is the good mental health benefits. If your mental health good, then you take lot of chances and you definitely improve your status, improve your work. So very important it is a solution for the mental illness. So in our next slide, we see what is the solution. First, I am going to tell you about the introduction. So, what is the mental health? Mental health, including our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act. So, you see, when you get suffer from the mental illness, you feel your decision is wrong. If you healthy, then you take decision very good decision you taken. If you well, if you are not well, so your decision is always get wrong. So determine how we the handle stress. So everyone feel stress in this present scenario because life is very busy. Not we people also our student get more busy because when they complete their 10th, they know about think about their what they done in their future, क्या करेंगे वो future में. So they take the stress. If you get the good percentage, then their life is and their chances to get something in the future. So it also help determine how we handle stress, relate to the others, and make choice. Mental health is important at every stage of life. Because if you see when we is in this institution, so here here you know what is the behavior of student. So how you get tackled, and student sometimes you see the student get stressed. So you have any method, you have any solution to find their answer. So if you know, then you helpful to find their solution. So mental health is important at every stage of the life, for childhood and the adolescence throughout the adulthood. It is not particular ages. Everyone suffer from each and every ages, whether it is a childhood. So you see the something small boys always facing parents distribution, parents conflict in their home. So that time they suffer from the mental illness. So sometimes you see what is their reaction, क्या वो पापा की तरफ ज़्यादा वेट करेंगे या whether they prefer to choose the mommy if conflict between the parents. So they suffer from that stage. So very important it is a mental health. So over the course of your life, if you experience mental health problem, you think moods and the behavior could be affected. So if your behavior is not proper with your parents, with your partners, with your student, with your child, it means you suffer from the mental health. So many factors contributes to the mental health problem, including some biological factor. Some biological factors such as the genes to the brain chemistry, life expectancy, such as the trauma and abuse, formally history to mental health problem. So through the introduction we try to tell you about the first the subject, what is the mental health, and mental health includes the subjective well-being, precise self-efficiency, autonomy, competency, international dependence, self-actualization of one's intellectual and emotional potential. So we see the next slide, mental health. Mental, physical and social health are vital strands of the life that are the closely interwoven and interdependent. Mental disorder. What is a mental disorder? So any illness with the significant psychological and behavioral manifestation that is associated with the either a painful or distressing symptom or the impairment in one or more important area of function. So, mental disorder, what is the mental disorder? So, your behavior is a change. You feel some kind of stress. When anyone assign you work, then you feel your mood is off. So, you do not get well. So mental disorder, we understand what is the mental disorder. So mental health is very important. Mental, physical and social health are vital strands of life. Life के वो जरूरी है. That are the closely interwoven and the interdependent. So next slide में हम लोग देखेंगे. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड से पहले एक वीडियो हम लोग देखेंगे, है ना, जो कि हम लोग का मेंटल हेल्थ के बारे में बताएगा. सो वीडियो के थ्रू हम लोग समझेंगे. फर्स्ट वीडियो टू द मेंटल हेल्थ. This one. So you see through the video and analyze what is the mental health.
Sound full कीजिए.
We all have mental health. It is just as important as physical health. It is not only about mental illness or mental disorders. This is just one part of the big picture. It's best to think about mental health as being on a continuum, rather than people being either mentally ill or mentally well. We are all on a continuum, and we move up and down according to factors such as our genetic makeup and upbringing, our life circumstances, and the stresses we are under. At one end of the continuum, we have mental disorders, like depression or anxiety. And at the other end, we have states of positive mental health, where we're thriving, content, and fulfilled. The aim of mental health interventions is to move people up the continuum, so that they're able to reach their full potential and live satisfied lives. The World Health Organization describes mental health as a state of well-being in which every individual realizes his or her own potential, can cope with the normal stresses of life, can work productively and fruitfully, and is able to make a contribution to his or her community. Being mentally healthy means feeling resilient and able to cope with difficult times, feeling in control, feeling confident, feeling good about yourself, managing and expressing your emotions, building and maintaining good relationships. We all experience periods when we feel stressed, worried, anxious, sad, afraid, or angry. These are all normal emotions. However, when these emotions become severe enough that it interferes with a person's ability to function daily, and these feelings become persistent over time, then it can develop into a mental health problem. There are many different types of mental disorders. When never untreated, mental disorders can be chronic and long-lasting, and are associated with increased disability. They significantly have an impact on daily functioning, and frequently interfere with family, social, and work responsibilities. Fortunately, there are effective treatments and evidence-based interventions available that aim to help individuals understand and cope with symptoms of mental illness. However, very few people with mental disorders access existing treatment services. This may be due to barriers such as the stigma attached to seeking help, the lack of understanding of mental health problems, uncertainty in how to get help, or the fear of disclosing mental health problems. Research shows that stigma remains one of the biggest factors preventing people from seeking help early for their mental health problems and getting the appropriate support they need. It is important to acknowledge that we all have mental health and have a personal responsibility to learn how we can improve and maintain our well-being in order to lead meaningful and satisfying lives. Want to learn how we can do this? Great news! Why not join one of our communities and keep exploring more as you learn online?
So देखिए हम लोग through the video lot of things are came like that the if you feel fear always anytime, so that are already the mental problem, mental illness. Suppose that someone when they alone they always feel some fear inside the surrounding. So it is a if you get more fear, with more fear, that is a part of the mental. So, lot of their area is very wide. So we try to understand. Now I am going to tell about the types. So, what types of the mental health? So, anxiety disorder. What is the anxiety disorder? People with the anxiety disorder responds to certain objects or situation with fear and dread, as well as with the physical sign of anxiety or pain, such as a rapid heartbeat and the sweating. So, how you feel to get the anxiety disorder? Because some body indicator are important, like that. You feel the anxiety, you feel the sweating yourself. बहुत पसीना आपको आएगा, है ना, घबराहट होगा. So that is a sign of the anxiety and the sweatiness. And anxiety order is diagnosed if the person response is not appropriate for the situation. So if you feel such type of the situation, then your reaction is differ. है ना? So next type is a mood disorder. This disorder, also called the affective disorder, involve persisting feeling of sadness or period of feeling very happy, very stepping है लग रहा, or fluctuation from the extreme happiness to extreme sadness. अगर कोई extreme happiness feel करता है, then this is a mood disorder, and sadness feel करता है, then they feel mood disorder. So this is a type of the mental health. So we see the next slide. Psychotic disorder. What is a psychotic? Psychotic disorder involves destroyed awareness and thinking. Two of the most common symptoms of the psychotic disorder is hallucination, the experience of the image or sound. They are not real, such as a hearing voice, and delusion, which are false fixed. Believe that real person accept as true. Sometimes you see that you are not well, then imaginary sound and imaginary thing get harm you. So this is a psychotic disorder. Next is the eating disorder. What is the eating? Eating disorder involves extreme emotion, attitudes, and the behavior involving weight and food. So, Polarized inside the heading eating disorder, extreme emotion you feel, your attitudes, your behavior, involving waiting and foods, all are come under the eating disorder. Next one is the personality disorder. People with the personality disorder have extreme and inflexible personality traits that are distressing to the person and or causes problem in work, school, and the social relationship. So personality disorder is a very important. All are the types of the disorder. Next is the obsessive compulsive disorder. It is commonly we get the hereditary, and in this time your brain is not get well performed. So that is it is we know the OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. People with the OCD are plagued by the constant thought or fear that causes them to perform certain was a routine. Disturbing thoughts are called obsessions, and the rituals are called compulsions. An example of a person with an unreasonable fear of germs who constantly wash his and her hands. Sometimes you see in your surrounding, some people do some work that they feel they always going to wash their hand, wash their bed, na? Always going to wash their home, na? All are the part of the obsessive compulsive disorder. Basically, this type of the disorder you can see getting from their hereditary, na, from parents. Next one is post traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, is a condition that can develop following a traumatic and slash or terrifying event such as the sexual and the physical assault, the expected death of a loved ones, or a natural disasters. People with PTSD often have lasting and frightening through and memory of the event and tends to be emotional loops. So, the post-traumatic stress disorder, we know about the क्या है. So, such type of the incident you feel in your past, you always remember. So, this is called the post-traumatic stress disorder. नेक्स्ट हम लोग स्लाइड्स को मूव करेंगे, देखेंगे कॉजेस है. नेक्स्ट सो नेक्स्ट वी सी द व्हाट इज द कॉजेस बिहाइंड इट, दिस टाइप ऑफ द प्रॉब्लम और क्योर. सो इन कॉजेस वी गोइंग टू टेल यू अबाउट द व्हाट इज द कॉजेस बिहाइंड इट. हेल्थ इलनेस इन द जनरल and true to be caused by a variety of genetic and environmental factors. So this type of the mental disorder, how they came? So basically it is responsible for your environment. This type of environment you having, your environment is a basic factor to involve your mental health. So inherited trait mental illness is more common in people whose biological blood relation also have a mental illness. Certain genes may increase your risk of developing a mental illness, and your life situation may trigger it. This is a causes. Environmental exposures before birth, exposure to virus, toxins, alcohol and drug while in the womb can sometimes be linked to the mental illness. So, before birth, when you become and the parents involve such type of the drink, alcohol, they getting the cigarette and other things, their behavior is very bad. So definitely the young ones affected such type of the problem. So next we see the brain chemistry. Biological change in the brain are the tool to affect moods and other aspects of mental health, naturally occurring brain chemistry called the neurotransmitters play a role in some mental illness. In some causes, hormonal imbalance affected mental health. So, also mental health causes it is the hormone imbalance disorder, also the symptom and causes of the mental health. So now we see the next slide. What is the symptom? Its symptoms. So you see, not sure if you are someone you know is living with the mental health problem. Expectancy one and more of the following feeling and behavior can be earlier warning sign of a problem. You see, when you face such a problem, some warning sign, definitely your body, your mind, definitely adopt it, and you feel and realize such type of the problem. So eating and sleeping too much or too little, it is a symptom. If you face the mental health, then you eat much and sleeping too little. So if you want the solution of the mental health, then you take the proper sleeping Uh, so pulling away from the people and using activity. Sometimes you see the lot of people always pulling other small ones, their counterparts, their family members. It is the issue of the mental health also. So आप किसी को देखिए बराबर बैठ कर दो बोलते हैं. It is not justified. That your word will affect their mind. So we think before speaking. So having low or no energy, if you feel the low energy, then it is a symptom. Feeling numb or like nothing matter, having unexplained acting and pain. Acting of pain, unexplained, बता नहीं पाएंगे, then it is a part of the mental health. Feeling helpless or hopeless. If you feeling hopeless, हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते हैं, हमसे नहीं होगा, है ना? That is the part of the mental health, and you suffering from the disorder. So smoking, drinking, and using drugs more than usually. If you find the solution, sometimes people know if they have a problem, they get the over drinking, over smoking, but they could not get the solution for that's way they adopt. So feeling unusually confused, forgetful, or it's anger, upset, worried, then yelling or fighting with the family and friend. If you fighting with your friend and family always, then that is not good. It is a symptom of mental disorder, mental health also. So experience such mood swings that causes problem in the relationship. Think of harming yourself of other. If you always think any situation, any small events when you face in your home, then you reply नहीं तो suicide कर लेंगे, हम तो मर जाएंगे. So also it is a symptom. So इस तरह का हम लोग को नहीं करना चाहिए. So next, thinking of harming yourself or other, and next is the inability to perform daily tasks like the taking care of your kids and getting to work or school. So you see inability to perform daily tasks. If you give somebody assign the task you are not getting, then pressure you taking on itself. So inability अगर आप इस काम को perform नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, so आप ये symptom आपको दिखने लगेगा. So work, having persistence thought and memory you can get out of your head. So all are the symptom. Those you find inside, then you aware for that. Because you are aware, then you do well for your family, yourself, and your God. So next slides, I will see a structure of health. So what is the health? We try to understand what is the health. So see a lot of branches you see inside the apple. You see the apple mention the health. Apple is a health. And branches are, you see the stresses, exercises, health, diet, sleeping. All are proper, then you. All are not proper, then you are not healthy. So if you want healthy, then you do regular exercise, taking help from the doctors and friends. So diet, you take proper diet on time. So that is a very important. You क्या आप proper fruits ले रहे हैं, you take vegetable on time. If you take time, your diet is proper, then definitely you are feel healthy. Sleep. So sleeping structures also mentioned here. So how many time basically we know about the 6 to 7 hour take rest, take sleep, then it is a beneficial for your brain also, because your brain sometimes need rest. If your brain take the rest properly, then your work is definitely good. So next we see the negative effect of human life. So you know how more important is mental health, and so negative effect of a human life. Take things seriously. Work ability decrease. If you take tension, you feel anxiety. So this type of the negative effect you feel in your human life. Overthinking, low immune level. So you don't do this type of things. If you do, so save themselves. Anger and rush behavior. Don't get anger. Think the what is the reason, and then you react. First you understand the what is the topic, what is the situation, है ना? Then you behave. Anger and rush behavior also the part of the negative effect of human life. So ये आपका human life पे effect करता है. Suppose that if when we in the home, then you see the small things. Not we get quarrel for their family members, their wives. You see the very small matter we get quarrel with each other. So you think who is the right and wrong? No. So less socialism and the connectivity. If you get less socialism. If you not move here, there, not get connected to your friends, so you are suffer from the mental health. So you are always talking with your friends, whether it is school friends, whether it is other, and share your thought. If you share, definitely you feel better. So always try to move new ones, the old friends that give you a good health to you. So sadness and the negative thought. Don't try to always think negative. किसी भी चीज का नेगेटिव हम लोग को नहीं सोचना है जल्दी, है ना? So think positively, then it is a good. Never feel sadness. You try to find their solution. If you have a problem, then you see how we get the problem, how we get the solution. So definitely when you think a different type, then you never disappointed. So feel worthless, discouragement and everything, weak in the decision making, tiredness, all the stagnant you feel, lack of the concentration. So concentration अगर आप बार बार खो दे रहे हैं ना, it is the negative effect of your human life ना, तो your human life पे आपको इफेक्ट करेगा. So irregular eating habit. So this is not good for the human life. If you take the eating irregular, it is not good for your health. So basically time are there, so you get lunch properly on time, dinner properly on time. That is a very good for your health. So exhausted and irritated or frustrated with the things, wishing of suicide. So that is a sign of the negativeness. You find an answer. You struggle because when you are struggle, then you find the way easily. So don't get negative decision, because all negative decision harmful to your life. So negative effect of human life are like that. 7, 10 to 12 points are given. That is a sign of the negative effect of human life. So now we see what is the mental health and wellness. So after the slides, we are going to tell you about the mental health and wellness. So mental health and wellness. Positive mental health allow people to make meaningful contribution to their communities, cope with the stress of life, work productively, realize their full potential. So, way to maintain positive mental health include getting professional help if you need it, connecting with other, always connecting, you always connect with your friends. Na? That is a very helpful to with the find the path, find your answer. So staying positive, getting physical activity also. Now, always you do something. In spite of your daily work, you do something extra. So sometimes you work with your, play with your cup. So you get more happy and also your child interested. कि मम्मी आज मेरे साथ खेली है, पापा मेरे साथ खेले हैं. So that is a very good for the wellness. Getting physical activity, help others. So you feel when you help someone, you feel different type of the satisfaction that you never purchase with the help of the money. So it is if you want to mental health, improve your mental health and wellness. So all points are very important. Getting enough sleep. So you see today's a very bad habit. People always busy with their mobile. And after that, their friends are come. After that, they were watching the mobile. And so, what is the reason behind it? You never share to the thought properly, or always busy to see the reels. आजकल बच्चे लोग बहुत से reels देखते हैं, बनाते भी हैं. So, मम्मी लोग भी पीछे नहीं हैं. ठीक है? तो helping others, तो दूसरे का मदद करना है. Plus getting enough sleep लेना है. Developing coping skill. So, in these words, in these things, in these points are helpful to maintain health and wellness. So, we see the next slides. Good mental health benefit. If your mental health is good, what is the benefit you find? So, you see, everything is possible if your mental health is good. So because you never do some इस तरह का बहाना आप नहीं करिएगा, always reach on time. So if you busy itself, if you have a lot of work, then you never think negative and never get the facing the mental illness. So try to busy themselves. After the completing your work, never try to sit alone. When you sit alone, then you always disappointing and think bad. So solution of mental illness, good mental health benefit are more important. So good mental health, what is the benefit of good mental health? Also, we finish these things, good mental health and wellness. So, again we see the good mental health benefit. So, we go with the next slides, good mental health benefits. So, just for the living, the ability to enjoy life, to laugh and have fun, a sense of well-being and contentment, the ability to care of oneself and for others, self-confidence and the good self-esteem, a sense of well-roundedness with the attention to mind, body, spirits, creative, intellectual development, health, etc. A sense of balance in one life between the solitudes and sociability, work and play, sleep and wakefulness, rest and exercise, etc. So flexibility. So you see, flexibility is a very important to the good mental health. You can't stick with the particular things. No. If you feel flexibility in your life, then you accept everything easily. So, the flexibility, the ability to change, grow and experience a range of feelings, a life circumstance change. So, self-realization also, participating in the life to the fullest extent possible through the meaningful activity and positive relationships. So, resilience, being able to deal with the life stress and bouncing back for adversity. So, solution, good mental health benefit, very important solution for the mental illness. So definitely we go with this, and after that we go with the second video. After the complete this slides. So we go with the solution for the mental illness. What is the solution for the mental illness? So you see the next slides. So some pictures are mentioned here. Through it we try to understand what is the solution to find the mental illness. कैसे हम लोग mental illness का solution हम लोग find करेंगे? So not very clearly visible it is. After that we try. So you see in these pictures, set your goal. Solution is that to set your goal. You do exercise regularly. So that is very beneficial for your health also, because if you are healthy, then you properly think what is the fact. So eat healthy. So different food habits you have, then you utilize, because every food habit, every foods need to the different type of the vitamins and other things that is boost your energy. So if so always to try to take the healthy food. What you see in the present time, people going to make easy foods and spicy foods today. Noodles and chowmins and Maggi are very popular in the among the boys and family members or families also. All are like such types of the foods, noodles. That is not good for the healthy, because you see the your child getting not getting the proper diets like that. They not prefer to eat chapati, but they eat the parathas. तो पराठा खाना को ज़्यादा पसंद करता है, लेकिन चपाती नहीं करता, because at the from the starting we always give the spicy things, and we people produce. We people to do my work on the time, we put forward in my crop, hold mobile and see the videos. Because they habituate हो जाते हैं उस तरह का, so that is not good. So getting enough sleep also, in spite of the lot of the work pressure, it is necessary you take full sleep, that is beneficial you. So take the responsibility. Don't always deny the things. Sometimes you have to take the responsibility, because responsibility move you one stage forward to you, and then people analyze what is your strength, and that is a very helpful. And when all they are possible, when you are mentally fit, so you try to know about the what is the illness and find the surrounding which type of the mental illness are there, and you find the solution that is beneficial for your family relationship also and other relationship also, and with the help. Definitely this session is a health issue, because we not try to understand only my health issues and my problem also. Our child's problem are very important, because some are coming from the poor family. A lot of the conflicts they faces, lot of the food habit they faces. After that, how we try to make them strong. So it is a very important. So you see the childs basically they always face some type of the changing, and always they find support from your side. So definitely when you get the solution, you definitely you do better for your children, for your student. So mental solution you have keep yourself. So lot of things you to change your minds like that. If you feel the mental illness, so you see the song, you properly popular song you find, that's you prefer. Whether it is a Hindi, Bhojpuri, Madrasi, so that give you Nagpuri, so that give you a extra benefit. Or 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 times you go to listen. So that is a very useful, and your thing gets certain change. Sometimes you see the if some issues are happen, and then some psychologists are what say how you how you command your angerness. That time you फोकस ऑन डिफरेंट एज लाइक दैट. अगर आपको कभी किसी तरह का प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है, कोई इश्यूज हो गया, आपको बहुत गुस्सा आ रहा है, तो आप क्या करिए उसको कि आपको उससे दूसरा चीज़ को थिंकिंग करिए. जैसे लाइक दैट स्टार्ट करना 1 2 3 4 5 6 50 तक काउंटिंग करिए. तो देन वो जो चीज़ था, वो जो इशू था, उससे आप अलग हटे और किए. तो जो स्ट्रेस आपका दिमाग को होना था, क्योंकि जो स्ट्रेस लेता है ब्रेन लेता है, और ब्रेन अगर जरूरत से ज़्यादा स्ट्रेस ले लेगा तो फिर आप क्या हो जाएंगे, प्रॉब्लम में चल जाइएगा. सो उस जो थिंग्स जो आपको ज़्यादा हार्मफुल कर रहा है उसको कुछ सोचना नहीं है पहली बार. सो डैट आप डिफरेंट वे अपना सकते हैं, है ना, जिससे क्या होगा कि आपको जो स्ट्रेस है वो कम होगा और आपका हेल्थ के लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है. बिकॉज यू आर मेंटली प्रिपेयर एंड हेल्दी, देन डेफिनेटली आवर क्रॉप गेट बेनिफिटेड एंड मोर हेल्दी एंड मेक आवर सोसाइटी हेल्दी. सो एक वीडियो के थ्रू हम लोग देखेंगे, है ना, मेंटल इलनेस कॉजेस, सिम्टम एंड डायग्नोसिस. थ्रू दी वीडियो वी सी.
Is it work manual? Full access without knees or hands. Thousands of targets written by medical professionals.
Mental illness, the quick facts. What is mental illness? Mental illness includes a wide range of disorders, thinking, emotion, and or behavior. There are many different types of mental illness, and it can be short-lived or long-term. Sometimes it can be hard to tell the difference between mental illness and normal worry or sadness. But mental illness is more severe, lasts longer, and significantly affects a person's ability to cope with life. Almost half of adults experience symptoms of mental illness at some point. Depression is very common. The main treatments are medicines and counseling. Family, friends, and support groups can also help people cope with mental illness. What are the types of mental illness? Mental illness is really many different disorders. These disorders fall into broad categories including anxiety, mood disorders such as being too sad or too excited, schizophrenia, personality disorders, and obsessive-compulsive disorders. Other mental health disorders include eating disorders, stress disorders such as PTSD, and suicidal behavior. What causes mental illness? Mental illness is probably caused by many things in combination, including inherited factors, life stresses, the environment and culture you live in, and health problems that affect your brain. Many stresses, such as losing a job, getting divorced, or taking too many drugs, increase the risk of mental illness. Certain health problems that affect a baby's brain, such as complications during birth or a brain infection by a virus, increase the risk of mental illness later on in life. Mental illness doesn't occur because people are lazy or irresponsible. It is not something people do on purpose. Symptoms are different depending on what kind of problem you have. They may include major changes in personality or behavior, especially if they happen for no clear reason. Confusion and cloudy thinking. Odd, disorganized thoughts, such as jumping from topic to topic, or answering simple questions with wrong, confusing answers. Inappropriate behavior, such as undressing in public. Seeing or hearing things that aren't there. Believing things that aren't true, despite strong evidence to the contrary. And extreme moods. How can doctors tell if someone has a mental illness? Doctors diagnose mental illness by talking to the person. Sometimes they'll also talk to caregivers or family members. Sometimes it's obvious that symptoms are caused by a mental illness. For example, people insisting that they're the president or that their thoughts are being controlled by a radio and implanted in their brain. Other times, it's hard to distinguish mental illness from normal reactions. For example, it can be hard to tell normal grief from depression after the death of a spouse or child because both involve sadness and a depressed mood. Likewise, the line between being neat or orderly and having obsessive-compulsive disorder can be blurry. Any dividing line is usually based on how severe the symptoms are, how long the symptoms last, and how much symptoms affect the ability to function. Doctors have made a great deal of progress in successfully treating mental illness. The main treatments include medicine and talk therapy. For most mental health disorders, a combination is more effective than either one by itself. Other treatments include electroconvulsive therapy and transcranial magnet stimulation. In the past, people with mental illness were often placed in institutions or hospitals. Today, people are more likely to live productively in the community, but many people with mental illness still don't get the care and support they need.
So, इस वीडियो से हम लोग देखें इसमें कि व्हाट इज द मेंटल इलनेस कॉजेज सिम्टम एंड डायग्नोसिस। कैसे हम लोग उस पर वर्क करेंगे, कैसे डायग्नोसिस करेंगे, कैसे डॉक्टर के पास जाइए, कैसे वो ट्रीट करेगा। बेसिकली इंपॉर्टेंट क्या है, व्हाट इज इंपॉर्टेंट, व्हाट इज दैट योर कन्वर्सेशन, you always conversation, always carrying cultivation with your friends, na, then definitely you find the solution. So 10 topic to change your moods. I'm going to tell you about the slides. See what 10 topic then gets change your moods. 10 topic to boost your mental health. There is no health without the mental health. To help with the day-to-day stress and challenges, we are offering 10 tips to boost yourself. So mental health refer to your overall psychological well-being. It includes the way you feel about yourself, that quality of your relationship, and your ability to manage your feeling and deal with the differences. So first point, we go to the first point. What is the first point? First point is that the max social connection. So you see, when you are not social connected, then the stress you feel because you will not share your thought to the other. So make social connected, especially face to face priority. Not phone to call, phone to friend भी नहीं होना चाहिए. Socially जो face to face करेगा, that is the different type of benefit you get. So phone call and the social network have their place, but few things can beat the stress busting, moods busting power of quality. Face to face time with the other people, especially those you love and people who engage you. So phone call का अपना जो importance है, it is other, and social network का भी अपना importance है, it is other things. But when you go to the face to face, that you get more happiness, or that you think your brain get most realized, so that here the people here face to face reading, face to face talking, it is a very important. So now you see the second topic, second tips. It is a stay active. So staying active is good for the brain, as it is a for the body. Regular exercise and activity can have a major impact on your mental and the emotional health. Relieve stress, improve memory, and help your sleep better. So if you active, then your brain do always work. If you never give any work to your brain, so what they do, nothing they perform. So you always do some work to your brain. So what is the method to do the work to your brain? So that is you go to the charts. What is your working? What is the working style and how many time you left? So stay activity is a very good for the mental health. So next is the talk to someone. If you feel stress, so how you less your stress. So talk to someone. If you talk to someone, then you share your problem, then you get a solution from other side. That is very important. So talk to a friendly face. If you have a concern, stress or worries, share these with someone who care in one of the most effective way to calm your nervous system and relieve stress. सबको तो हम कॉल नहीं कर सकते. Those are very good friends. Whether it is your sister, whether it is your sister-in-law, who those love you, definitely they give a good solution to you, and it is a very useful to you to reduce your stress, reduce your anxiety. So next one is appeal to your senses. Does listen to an uplifting song make you feel calm? So does a squeezing stress ball help you feel centered? What about taking a walk in the nature and enjoy the sights and the sound of the tree? Everyone responds to sensory inputs a little different, so experiment to find what works best for you. So appeal to your sense. So you find yourself which type of the work give you more satisfaction. That is a well-being, and that is improve your mental health. So next is the take up a relaxation practice. Yoga, mindfulness. Yoga, it is very important. Definitely, you see the lot of people not now they involve because they always think about they do the much and much work in their home. But yoga is a very important, and that time you do yoga, mindfulness, meditation. Also, meditation is very important. So, and deep breathing can help. So, you take deep breath inside, then you feel relaxed. समटाइम देखिएगा कि आप ज़्यादा ब्रीथिंग यूज नहीं करते हैं, केवल सांस के लिए नहीं छोड़ रहे हैं. So that आपका जो लंग्स है वो भी उतना एक्सपेंड भी हो रहा है. तो समटाइम आपको किसी तरह का प्रॉब्लम लगे, स्ट्रेस लगे, then फुल सांस आप लेकर उसको छोड़िएगा, then आप रिलैक्स फील करिएगा. So next is the take up or relaxation practice. That is important. And next, make the leisure and the contemplation priorities. Okay. So that is helpful. And that is helpful to reduce your stress. So make leisure and contemplation a priority. We can all be guilty of being too busy to take some downtime, but leisure time is a necessity for the emotional and mental health. Take some time to relax, contemplate and pay attention to the positive things as you go about your day, even the small things. Write them down in you can, because they can be easy to forget. Reflect on them later. Your mood is in need to a boost. So make leisure and contemplation are priority. So you always give priority the leisure time. So that is a very helpful to healthy brain. So next is the eat a brain healthy diet to the support strong mental health. So you search which type of food you taken that is helpful to make you strong. So food that can support your mood includes fatty, fleshy, rich in omega-3s, nuts, walnuts, almond, cashew nuts, and peas nuts. Avocados, beans, leafy greens, spinach, and others. Fresh fruits such as blueberry, this type of diet if you taken, then they refresh your mind, brain, na? So that help you to make the healthy. So next is the don't scheme on sleep. So it matters more than one thing. Sleep is our body and mind best way to the reach and rejuvenate. One way to get sleep better is to take a break for the stimulation of screen, TV, phone, tablets and computer. In the hour before bedtime, consider reading or listening to relaxed music instead. So, बोल रहा है इसमें generally one way to get the sleep better is to take a break for the stimulation of screen, TV, phone, tablets and computer. अगर इसमें आप involved हैं तो अदर थिंग्स आपको अप्लाई करना होगा तो इसमें प्रॉपर आप ये ज़्यादा नहीं देख रहे हैं, है ना? देन आप इस तरह का मूवी, फोन्स कुछ देख के करेंगे तो that is a रिलीफ पहुंचाएगा आपको. And find purpose and the meaning. So always you try what you going to do. Now, what is their process and what is their meaning? That is helpful to improve your health. So एक वीडियो देखेंगे लास्ट में, है ना, जिसमें कि आपको बता रहा है थ्रू द वीडियो गोइंग टू टेल राइजिंग मेंटल हेल्थ अवेयरनेस टुगेदर. वीडियो ये इसमें देखेंगे कि कैसे राइज कर रहा है. इसको लास्टिक म्यूजिक
Depression and mental anxiety are growing problems.
But they are not legal.
But there is no simple way to know if someone is suffering from depression or having suicidal thoughts. We must learn to spot them early signs. Avoiding friends and family. बहुत जल्दी उसका आ जाए. What happens when this happens? Nobody understands. मैं अपनी शादी की मैं किसी काबिल नहीं.
तो जवानों को कोई ऐसा कदम उठाने से रोकने का बेहतरीन तरीका है उनसे बात करना.
खुदकुशी के ख्यालात के बारे में पूछना गलत नहीं, बल्कि ये बेहद जरूरी है. Encourage to be closer about it. You know what should we say to them? मैं आपकी किस तरह मदद कर सकती हूँ?
कभी कभी जिंदगी बोल ले, लेकिन ये हमेशा क्यों नहीं?
I understand what you are going through. Don't worry, हम मिलकर इस मसले का हल निकालेंगे.
इस बात की यकीन से नहीं मिले कि वो खुल कर अपने हालात के बारे में
किसी काउंसलर से, टीचर से, या किसी फ्रेंड से, या फिर दोस्त से. A small conversation can go a long way.
So through the video, what the video said about the if you feel the stress, then you definitely take help for your friend because it get the more knowledge about the things and then you over your issues. So that is a very beneficial for you. So one music we going to play. You tell me about which music it is which song it is So lastly, we so thank you. Final conclusion is that we always talking with our family members and try to know about what is the mental health and what is the solution, because life is a very useful and necessary for everyone and so if you know the solution, so that is a very beneficial for our for school also, family member also. Thank you very much.